In 1993, something happened during the Super Bowl that completely changed television history forever. It wasn't a touchdown, it wasn't a dramatic comeback, and it wasn't even part of the football game itself. It was a halftime performance that became so powerful, so unforgettable, that it transformed the Super Bowl into something much bigger than just sport. Before the 1990s, the Super Bowl halftime show was very different from what we see today. Most performances featured marching band, themed parades, or family entertainment designed to fill the break between quarters. While these shows were enjoyable, they were rarely considered the main attraction of the event. For television networks, halftime was actually a serious problem. Millions of viewers would simply turn off the television or switch channels while waiting for the game to return. This meant that one of the biggest sporting events in the world was losing its audience right in the middle. In fact, one year another television network decided to take advantage of this situation. NBC aired a special episode of the comedy show in living color during halftime. And shockingly, millions of viewers left the Super Bowl broadcast just to watch the program instead. The NFL realized they needed something extraordinary to keep viewers watching. They didn't just want a performer, they wanted someone who could capture the attention of the entire world. At that time, there was only one entertainer who had that kind of global power: Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson was more than just a pop star in early 1990s. He was a cultural phenomenon whose music, dance, and style influenced millions of people around the globe. His concert filled massive stadiums, and his videos dominated television screens everywhere. On January 31st, 1993, the stage was set for Super Bowl at the Rose Bowl in California. Nearly 100,000 fans filled the stadium, while millions more prepared to watch from their homes. But no one could imagine that the halftime show was about to become the most talked about moment of the night. Behind the scene, an enormous operation was unfolding. Crew members had only a few minutes to build multiple stages across the field before the performance began. Every movement had to be perfectly timed because the entire show would happen during a very short halftime break. As the players walked out the field, the stadium buzzed with anticipation. Fans could sense that something special was about to happen, even if they didn't know exactly what it would be. The energy inside the stadium slowly built into a wave of excitement. Thousands of fans stood up from their seats, looking towards the stage in the middle of the field. Cameras flashed, and the noise of the crowd grew louder with every passing second. Everyone was waiting for the moment when the king of the pop would finally appear. Then suddenly, Michael Jackson appeared on the stage. He stood perfectly still in his iconic outfit, facing the massive stadium crowd. The crowd erupted into deafening screams the moment they saw him. Fans jumped, shouted, and waved their arms in excitement. The atmosphere became electric, filled with pure energy and anticipation. Some fans were so overwhelmed that they began to cry. Others simply started in disbelief, realizing they were witnessing a historic moment. Michael Jackson hadn't even started singing yet, but the stadium was already exploding with emotion. Finally, The music began with the explosive opening of the song Jam. Michael Jackson immediately launched into powerful dance move that energized the entire stadium. Within seconds, the halftime show had transformed into a full-scale concert. Dozens of dancers joined him on stage, moving in perfect synchronization. The choreography was sharp, dynamic, and visually stunning. Every movement was designed to captivate both the live audience and millions of viewers watching at home. The performance flowed seamlessly from one iconic song to another. Each transition felt larger and more dramatic than the last. The show was carefully crafted to maintain excitement from beginning to end. Then came the moment everyone had been waiting for. Michael Jackson performed the legendary moonwalk, one of the most famous dance moves in history. The crowd roared as he glided across the stage with effortless style. Inside the stadium, the reaction was overwhelming. Fans screamed, clapped, and jumped to their feet as the performance continued. But the biggest impact was happening far beyond the stadium walls. Across America, millions of viewers stayed glued to their television. Instead of changing the channel, people were completely captivated by the performance. For the first time ever, the halftime show had become the main event. Michael Jackson didn't just want to entertain the audience, he also wanted to deliver a message about unity, compassion, and the future of humanity. His performance carried a deeper meaning beyond music and dance. As the children walked onto the stage, the tone of the performance shifted. The focus moved from pure spectacle to a message about the next generation. The symbolism was powerful and deeply emotional. Around the stadium, thousands of fans lifted colored cards above their heads. Together, they created innermost image visible from the sky. The visuals represented children and the planet Earth. Michael Jackson began singing Heal the World, one of his most heartfelt songs. The massive stadium slowly became quieter as people listened closely to the message. For a moment, the Super Bowl felt less like a sporting event and more like a global gathering. Many people in the audience were visibly moved by the performance. The music, the visuals, the message created a powerful emotional atmosphere. It was a rare moment of unity shared by millions. As the performance reached its conclusion, Michael Jackson stood tall on the stage. The crowd erupted once again with thunderous applause. The show had lasted only a short time, but its impact was enormous. The next morning, headlines across the country focused on one thing. People weren't talking about the final score of the football game. They were talking about Michael Jackson's halftime performance. Television rating confirmed just how powerful the show had been. More people watched the halftime performance than the actual football game. It was a moment that completely redefined what halftime could be. After 1993, the Super Bowl halftime show changed forever. The NFL began inviting the biggest artists in the world to perform on that stage. Every performance tried to match the standard that Michael Jackson had set. Michael Jackson's influence extended far beyond music charts and concert tours. His Super Bowl performance proved that a halftime show could be a global cultural event. It became a defining moment in entertainment history. Today, the Super Bowl halftime show is one of the most anticipated performances in the world. Millions of people tune in not only for the game, but also for the spectacle at halftime. And it all began with an unforgettable performance by the king of pop. If this story means something to you, take a second, like it, share it, and tell us in the comments what challenge made you stronger. Subscribe to 30 Growth because greatness is not born, it's built.